Hello you and welcome to today's video. It's your girl Wafi. If you're new here, we're creating a winter wonderland theme week by week, but feel free to use these designs for anything, anywhere, at any time. Here are the mediums that I am using, but please read the description so you can have everything you need to get the project complete. And if you missed the first two videos, feel free to check them out. This week, we are drawing houses with snow. We will use the same blues and add in some browns and reds to make the homes. Let's get started. So for the first two squares, I will show the speed in real time for the most part. That way you can easily follow along with your art. It's probably best to watch me complete these first few homes before you begin. That way you know exactly what to do. Then I will speed up the video once the demonstration phase is done. What you see me doing first is drawing the outline of the houses. Not too big or too small. Big enough to show details, but small enough for your to-do list, quotes, or thoughts. Pretty much room for any text that reflects your day-to-day life. Now I'm using the brown pencil and applying it really lightly, just to gauge how the color goes on. Then, as dark as I can for the adjacent house. And once I have an idea of what it looks like, I'll circle back to the first house. In most neighborhoods where I live, there are a few variations within the same tones of the stucco on the houses, and that's what I'm creating here. If you want to use other colors to reflect your neighborhoods, go for it. Now that I'm happy with how the colors look, I'm going to go in with my black Sharpie marker and add some details to the houses. I'm just going to focus on the windows, the doors, the roof, and the chimney. Now, if you want to use rulers or guides to make your houses perfect, feel free to do so. This is my style. I love to scribble and let things just take its shape. It's my stress relief, and I love the look of it. That's why I think doing art at some point in your day in bite-sized pieces is so important, regardless if you're an artist or not. If you feel you can't draw, use stickers or templates. Just take the time to let loose and enjoy the process. My favorite times are in the morning or before bed. It's therapeutic. And I decided to share these experiences with you, so I'm creating these videos in week-sized pieces because everyone has different schedules, and I want you to have the guide and inspiration when you need it ahead of time. Now I'm going to apply some brown to the rooftops and then red to the chimneys. Now to start framing out the squares with my Sharpie before I add the marker and waxy Crayola. If you want your frames to stay light, you can skip the black ink altogether, and I have an example of what that looks like in the previous video. But for me, it's really helpful to apply the black ink first because the waxy crayon is really hard to draw over. Moving on to the blues, I want my sky a tad lighter than last week. I'm applying the color light to dark. making sure it's very light in the middle because that's the space where we will write our text. And we will gradually make the borders darker. Then I will go in with my crayon and marker to get the gritty desired look that I love. Now I'm going to erase the pencil marks where the snow will fall, add some red to the rooftops for some depth, then I'll add the drizzle of snow falling. The homes are almost complete. The finishing touches are adding red to the doors. Now my squares are complete. You can wait until the very end of your project to add the snow all at once so you don't accidentally smear it on your page, but of course for purposes of this video, I do them all individually. I usually don't add a date to my Sunday because I like to focus on family and self-care, and I add dates throughout the rest of the week, adding a couple of bullet lines and space for quotes or thoughts. For the next house, I will use the brown marker to add some variation to the page. And at this point, I will speed up the video now that you have the gist of it. And if you're enjoying this video, please let me know by liking. And if you're returning to hang out with me, thank you. And if you're a new friend, then subscribe. See you at the end of the video. with the final lines drawn, that completes our design for this week. And remember, you can use these designs on any day, in any month. I hope you have a wonderful week wherever you are, and I will see you back here in a few days for the next week's design.